Hello, 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 everyone. Um, Welcome to this week's live stream. Definitely join in if you're able to. You can go to hellowoofy.com/live streams to sign up and join in. It should send you a Zoom link. I'm going to go ahead and send that Zoom link in the Facebook channel, the comments underneath this current live stream. I'm also going to send the website to sign up. So give me one moment. I'll go ahead and do that so everyone can join in. It's a great time. Alrighty, we'll wait for some people to join, but in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to go run through some things such as really, I don't know what's happening there. Wow. I guess my camera is acting all wonky. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. So essentially today we're gonna be covering some things that we've been working on, give some updates to the community, and then if no one joins, Amaris and I are actually going to be chatting about some marketing tips and things that you should know as a business owner. Now, Amaris is actually the newest member of our team. I think she's still trying to get the charger to her laptop. So we're waiting on her to get back. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and go over some kind of updates that we're working on currently. So we are still in the works of revamping our UI UX. So that is something that we're constantly working on behind the scenes here. So expect some items to be shown within the next couple weeks or months here. We are expecting it to be completely developed out by the middle to end of November, realistically, just because we are completely revamping the whole entire platform based off of everyone's feedback. So keep that in mind. And some other items such as stability, making sure that you really can trust HelloWoofy even more than you do so now to put content out. So we're working really hard behind the scenes to make all of that happen. Now, in terms of our community and some other things that we're working on, we are trying to assemble a bunch of coaches in different fields for all sorts of different applications. But the main one is trying to bring the HelloWoofy community together and allow you as a HelloWoofy customer access to great coaches that are also HelloWoofy customers at possibly discounted rates, or that you can trust them because they use the same software that you do. So that is something we're trying to grow on the side here. But again, if you are a coach, please 100% reach out to us because we'd love to see if you're a great fit for that program. Now, going forward, some other things as well. We're keeping steady pace with customer support response times. We're a little bit above average because we're starting to reach the limit where we need to then bring on some more team members to help support everyone on the daily basis. But again, if you ever need help, go to hellowoofy.com/support, and you can contact us in a various multitudes of different ways, and we're always there to support you. Now, Amaris, have you found your laptop charger?
I have found it. I am here.
Woo!
I'm plugged in.
While you were gone, my web camera decided to start being a little wonky. Hopefully it's a little better now. There we go. Awesome. I started looking like one of those CRTVs from
no, and then I was having technical difficulties, of course, with my background. So this is what we're getting.
That's awesome. So hopefully someone will join us so we can help them with their small business. But in the meantime, so Amaris, you just joined the team and you have tons of experience working with small businesses. What's a big pain point that you had, at least in terms of like coaching and teaching small businesses, is having them start from scratch with marketing? Like what's your experience with that? Do you have any tips for people in that boat?
Yes, of course. So yeah, my background is I did marketing with a larger corporate company for about a year and a half, but then I decided to kind of go off on my own and work with smaller businesses. And I think one of the most common, I wouldn't say issues, but like consistently across the board, one of the most common things was with small business owners, new businesses, and starting a new brand is going from 0 to 100 really quickly. So I think this, and in that, I totally understand, because as a new business, like you're trying to get your name out there, you're trying to network, you're trying to get people to learn more about you, which I appreciate, and I appreciate the ambition. But I think when it comes to marketing, you really need to have a framework, and you need to have a strategy in place, right? So I think in going 0 to just like, let's talk about like social media specifically. If it's Instagram, I just want to like post, get content out there, but not really have a strategy in place. And so with marketing, I mean, there's a multitude of ways that you can go about it, but I think the two main objectives, right, are branding and then generating leads. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're a small business or a brand, you're in sales, you're wanting to provide a service, or you're selling a product. So I think the most common the most common tip I can give is really start with your branding, creating brand awareness and a brand strategy, versus just trying to like throw out information to the masses. So I mean, marketing works the way it works because people are willing to either buy or partner with or hire from people that they're most familiar with and who they trust, right? So familiarity equals trust. And oftentimes businesses will completely try and brush over their like building brand awareness. So creating trust creates credibility. So I would say, like, don't skip the steps. Start creating like strategies around building brand awareness. And so like that can be as simple as streamlining what your brand looks like. Kind of like if you're creating graphics, if you need logos, if you have brand colors, like building a brand kit and streamlining that. Because if you're all over the place, it just kind of looks like, what am I looking at, right? If you want people to click on your page, you want them to know who you are. And then I think the reliance on, when businesses I've worked with who are just trying to put out tons of information, they then have this reliance on like, oh, well, my database will refer me. And like the networking will work itself out. But then people are confused why they're making all of these marketing efforts, but they're not generating anything from that. They're not either getting any like responses back from their email marketing, or they're not getting any views on social media. So the point of marketing is to create a story around your brand and start the conversation on what you're able to offer the masses. So definitely brand strategy is key when starting off.
Especially like in terms of just even building relationships with your customers too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big part, and having a unified brand, as you're saying, definitely helps with that. Because especially, at least with me as a customer, right? If I'm looking at a brand and it's not coherent at all, I don't trust it as much. It's almost like going to a website that looks like it's from the 1990s. I might be getting a virus going on here. And if I get that feeling, I don't want to purchase something from you.
Exactly.
So that's definitely, like, you're spot on with that, especially making sure that everything, even your website too, that's so crucial. I know we had a piece of content go out later. Was it earlier this week that we had that piece for about websites, or was that the week before?
Yeah, that was earlier this week.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you guys haven't watched that, definitely go on our Instagram or any of our other socials where we post that video content. Because Amaris, you came out with a video that basically was explaining how really important it is to make sure you have the right website set up, and the right things on your website, and that brand across everything, the same socials, the same URL, everything, because it really boils down to trust, right? So that's awesome.
Yeah. And of course, with like the start to anything, you're so you're so busy trying to build your business, and there's a lot that goes into it. And so even with like creating your website, a lot of the times clients I've worked with in the past will kind of throw something together. I highly suggest working and building your website and your presence before launching, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And so
Mhm.
they'll create a website and build their branding pretty quickly, and then they just won't update it and won't maintain it. And so it's like,
Yeah.
well, I have it. People have like a URL to go to, but it's really important to, yeah, exactly match your website, like grow your website as you grow. And
Yep.
evolve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even if it's a simple landing page with just pictures of your product, right? As long as it fits your branding, it fits what your customers are looking for. That's perfect, right? No one's looking for the next Apple.com, that's just insane graphics, but there's standards you have to meet and that I have to meet, right? So,
Yeah.
um, oh, that's great. You're entirely correct. Again, there's pause real quick. Again, everyone, you are able to join this call right now live. We do have a couple minutes left for someone to join in, and we can help you with your business and just chat about all sorts. So if you go to hellowoofy.com/live streams, that's with an S at the end. Or if you go to your HelloWoofy dashboard, you can go ahead and click on the live stream button there, and you can join in. So now, Amaris, in terms of some common mistakes besides the branding and the websites, what else do you see small businesses doing that kind of cause issues short term, long term?
I think the lack of organization, like, was hands down across the board something that's like very, very common. And I can see, like, even with the best intentions starting out, you're like, okay, I have everything organized. I know what I need. Here's my marketing. Here's my tracking. Here's my hiring. But like, as a lot of us know, that can all just like go to the wind as soon as you start because
Hmm.
things go so fast and you're trying to grow. And especially too when there are a lot of hands in the pot. So like, say for marketing specifically, if you are either doing it yourself or you hire one person to do it, I'm a collaborative person. I really love to collaborate and get ideas and tips, but sometimes like when you're inundated with too many ideas, or we should do this or we should do that, and there's no strategy in place. Like,
Hmm.
strategy also equals organization too, and it's like it can be overwhelming because it's like I don't even know where to start, or like I don't know how to go about this. But I think once you kind of figure that out, it kind of forces you to stay organized. And um, yeah, I think the lack of organization and delegating is huge as well, especially if you are capable of like having other people on your team.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's different if you're doing it all yourself. Um, if so, kudos to you because that is so hard. Like, that is a huge undertaking. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think just having patience, learning to slow down, which can be really, really scary when you're like, this is my livelihood and this is my business. I'm trying to, like, this is all I have right now. And so but I think it pays off in the long run to kind of slow down and assess and remain organized.
Yeah, organization is so key. That's what I also recommend is I've had two startups and I always help my friends with theirs, and that's something where if it's even as simple as making sure all your files are stored away properly in some
Yeah.
organized manner on like Google Drive instead of all on your laptop. Because
Yeah.
what happens if your laptop, gets wet and it's destroyed?
Mm-hmm.
You just
Yeah.
lost your entire business and nothing. So like that's just super minute example, but
That's like
it's
a horror story waiting to
yeah,
happen.
it is a horror story waiting to happen. And so many people set up their business that way, or have half their company's assets on their personal email,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then they have the rest on a business email, and it's all over the place.
Yeah.
And so that's my biggest thing whenever someone comes to me is like, hey, like I want to start my own business and I want to be able to do this and this and this. Cool, right? Whenever you start, make sure everything is set up properly, and done the right way, because it takes maybe 30 minutes and $30, but it's going to save you so much time and so much hassle down the road. So it's
Exactly.
it's definitely worth it. But
Yeah. I agree.
Awesome. Well, I think that was a great conversation, and I hope a lot of those viewing found that really useful. Now, we are coming up on time. I'll go ahead and say our goodbyes, and we'll end the live stream and see everyone next Friday. Again, you can go to hellowoofy.com/live streams and sign up there. And you can also join and watch there as well. But you can also join within the HelloWoofy dashboard just on the homepage. There should be an icon there where you're able to click and join the live stream. So it's amazing. Do you have any last words, Maris?
Nope. Just make sure also, if you're watching, to follow us if you already don't on social media, on Facebook at HelloWoofy, on Instagram. We are posting a lot of information, a lot of good, useful tips. And yeah, let us know if you have any questions.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Maris is doing a great job.
Thank you. You too.
All righty. Well, take care, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend. And stay businessy, stay markety. I think I just made up those words, but I think we all know what that means. All right, take care.